G'day guys, and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So today we're going to jump into another LGE mission and we're going to knock over the full power category mission. So as you can see here, going with the double Broly leads, got a bit of a motley crew in there for the teams, but once we get them on our rotations, they'll all be nice. So before we jump in, I'd just firstly like to mention the two free-to-play options that are really good for this event, and that's the Krillin, the free-to-play Prime Battle Krillin, and the super strong Vegeta and Trunks, which I've got in this first slot here. So the reason these two are so good is because they are defensive stackers, infinite stackers, so we're going to, by the end of the event, they're going to be taking no damage. So just thought I'd chuck that out there straight away, because there's a lot of people that are going to want to, well, that aren't going to have a full category of full power units. So to be able to know where to get those handy free-to-play units is just always something that people will be asking for. So first rotation here, we'll go Cell and Gohan. As you can see, they've got the, oh no, they've only got the, okay, look, they don't link crazy well together, but that doesn't matter, because once Gohan gets going, his defense is impenetrable, so yeah, that's not anything to worry about. But there we go, first level done and dusted. So annoying whenever this transforming Vegeta gets rotated off right from the start like he just did. It's definitely not ideal, but there's not much you can do about it. You just got to play it as it comes. So that's our first rotation. We're going to have those two locked in together there. We'll save those AGL orbs for Gohan next rotation, but we'll check it out next rotation. But those two should link really well together. Haven't done any link work on this strong Vegeta, but my Fizz Vegeta is definitely up there. I think most of them would be in that 6 to 10 range, and he's rainbowed, so 4 additionals on him, so hopefully he stacks up that defense nice and early for us. There we go, there's our first Broly transformation, and that's ideal. We want everyone attacking Gohan. Gohan's going to want all that smoke because he's going to stack his defense so quickly. Probably annoying to get supered before we get off our super, because obviously he would have stacked again, but still to tank that for 70k is nothing. So yeah, we really aren't worried about that. There we go, 1.6, getting off an additional with another stack. So this Gohan will probably be our MVP of this category mission. Cell's very good, but don't really have a great linking partner for him. But there we go, getting the crit off with him anyway. So we'll get this second Broly transformation as well, and then we'll be floating both of our Brolys as well as the Golden Frieza. The Golden Frieza is, oh, just as I said, there we go. So we've got, what's that, 6 out of 7 links there. Oh no, that's active with that right hand side as well. So we've got 4 links there, sorry. So we'll take those hits with this transforming Vegeta to start off with. Eventually the strong Vegeta will be the better defensive unit of the two, but that will take time. We need a lot of those additionals to be supers for that. But if this Vegeta is able to get his additional supers off and stack his defense a little bit higher before that last stage, here we go, like this, he'll be so much more useful. Only getting off the one super, because we know that he doesn't stack his super once he gets to Super Saiyan Blue. So you're really relying on multiple supers before that stage, which is why I was saying it hurts so much to have him rotated off so that he transforms straight away, because you're basically missing a hole at, well, 1 or 2 supers that you could be stacking. But say if that does happen to you and you are struggling for this mission, I would restart. But I think we should be able to, with this team, we should be able to power through the event pretty easily here. So we're up to that third stage. That's a bit harsh because I want to get Gohan's super off, but I would also like to give those to Cell. I think getting Gohan's super off is probably the most important, so I guess we'll sacrifice on that front and we'll just go like that. So you would have noticed I'm not worrying about getting supers off with Frieza. He's pretty much purely here for that 80% damage reduction that he gets when HP is over 50%. So look, it's a lot of damage reduction, and you could also bring the AGL Golden Frieza is another option. But I did think about bringing the well, that's a bit of damage to wear. Bringing Krillin instead of Frieza, but the issue with that is I didn't want to be taking in too many Fizz units. We're going to have to take the type disadvantage here, and we still won't get off the super with Vegeta actually. That's really disappointing because we, as I've rattled on about before, we really need those supers with him, and this strong Vegeta hasn't had much of a chance to stack yet because he hasn't been getting off those stinking additionals for me. Still isn't, which is outrageous because he is full rainbowed full additional. Remembering that to get the most out of him, you're going to need to easy A him. So definitely jump onto that and when it comes around next, if you haven't done so already, because him and the Goku and Gohan, they're really good after their easy A's for these longer events. There we go. We're not going to transform Gohan just because it's not worth it, because we're stacking him up, building that defense nice and high. Hopefully we can get the finish here. Well, with Broly getting off multiple supers, I'd say we'll definitely get the finish here, and we'll have our Dokkan attack ready nice and early against GOKU, which would have been nice to hit with this Cell. But what we are going to have is Vegeta's transformation into God, and he turns the whole field into Fizz orbs, so we'll be able to hit him with that big super. There we go. There's that done and dusted. And there's that transformation I was talking about. And here's the orb changing. So we get a little bit of healing off with this too, which is always nice. Look at that, 170k. Yeah, that's good. That's very good, very handy. We'll just take that there. Yeah, that'll do. Classic that we get supered straight away, but we are going to recover a lot of health with this Dokkan attack, so that's not the biggest concern. So let's see if I can nail this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, easy. And yeah, let's see what type of damage output we get here, because with that passive he does get the extra attack per orbs, so compile that with the Dokkan attack, this could be big. So what do we get? Only 2.8. Probably would have I was expecting about that. You got to think that there is a lot of damage reduction in this event, so who knows, in a different type of event that might have been a more significant number of damage. Clearly Frieza's passive wasn't active then, clearly, so that was a bit of a pain, but it's alright. We'll put Cell in there for that first for that type of advantage on the defensive end, and he'll tank these hits nicely. Yeah, see, not a worry. And then we'll get off that super and lower his defense before Gohan goes in with the attacks. The advantage of going double Broly leaders here is the multiple supers, and then when that comes up to that final MUI stage, you're getting multiple supers with type advantage, so you can really pile on the damage really quickly, rather than bringing, say, like the other full power leader of Super Saiyan 4 full Goku, the tech one. Just feel you get so much more value with these Brolys. As you just saw, type disadvantage in Gohan tanks a super for 74, I think it was, and like that's just outrageous. No items active or anything, and we're on stage 4 of the event, so we've still got 3 stages to go, and they're clearly much harder, but he's going to get even more chance to stack that defense. So if you have him, he's definitely should be one of your first units that you put in for this event. So we'll just check 157k for this Vegeta. We may as well, probably should have saved them for the strong Vegeta, get off a little bit extra healing, but that's okay. This will still hurt. We'll take a bit of damage on this. Let's see, 152k, but that's alright because we should get a bit of healing off with Gohan next rotation, and then hopefully we won't take too much more damage for the rest of this rotation. Broly won't tank crazy well, but he's our damage getter here. So that 1.84 million. Now he's going to fire off multiple supers, and he's going to lower defense on each of these. Well, I've just called that he's going to fire off multiple supers. He generally does. Yep, there we go. Didn't jinx myself too badly, clearly, but yeah, he's an offensive juggernaut once he transforms like this. No third, but yeah, there's the trade-off that you're going to get hit. So we'll get off a heal here. Actually, what we might do is take that with Cell, then into that for the heal. And as per usual, not worried about Frieza's super attack. Could have used those strong orbs over to the right, but we'll save them up for next rotation and get a bit of a heal with the strong Vegeta. So the weakness of this team is that I have no real strong tech units in here. So this stage does take a little bit longer. Would have liked to have gotten off a super with, an additional super with Gohan. That definitely would have pushed things along a bit, but is what it is. So we'll just check this defense. We're just going to have to continue going with that. Into that, and then that. Yeah, coming up against AGL opponents is not ideal. Thought we were going to get a super there, which would have been really handy. But let's see how we come out of this. I think it was about 150k last time. Yep, 155k. And we'll go very close to being finished here, actually. Wish this Vegeta would finally get off some additional supers for me, but still continues to elude me. But, oh well. So there we go. There's one super. Hopefully we'll lower that defense another time. 3 supers would be ideal, because I guess that's making money back on that strong Vegeta not getting any additionals off. Nope. But there we go, we've got that transformation of Cell. Very handy transformation. Can be hard to get off, but especially in extreme super battle road, it is a very good active transformation, because it can be activated at the start of a turn. So say if you finish a battle and you've got under 30% health, you go into the next battle, that transformation can trigger straight away. So that's just a little trick I found, so you don't have to waste your healing and your defensive items straight away, because yeah, that can take you into full health. So keep the eye out for an extreme Battle Road videos. I will get around to them eventually. Have finished a couple of them, but haven't put a great deal of time into trying to do all of them just yet. Anyways, so we'll start off. Leave Freezer in that first slot because he's got that damage reduction, and I guess we'll take that, and we'll take Vegeta off rotation because he's got that type disadvantage. So there you go, no type advantage or disadvantage, and we've just tanked a UI super for 60k, which is really good. Fortunately dodged our super attack, but it's alright. If there's anyone's super attacks I want him dodging, it'll be Freezer's, because there's not a lot on offer there. But let's see how Vegeta goes in this last slot. 21k. Could be worse. Could certainly be worse. So this attacking's worked out alright for us. We'll fire off that, get off a bit of healing. May as well use the active. There's no real reason to save it up for the MUI stage because there's no type advantage or disadvantage here, so we'll just use this to get it out of the way because we do have more type advantage for the next stage than we do on this current stage, so I guess we're just getting that extra little boost. So there we go. Perfect attack rotation in terms of Broly not being targeted here. So we certainly do have to protect him on this UI stage because he's going to get slapped hard with that type disadvantage and his defense isn't amazing. But here we go, sending Cell out. Cell's active skill that I just used, Solar Kamehameha, is I reckon definitely one of my favourites in the game. We've worn a lot of damage there. Classic dodge, but yeah, it just looks so good. So what do we got? We'll have to play it like this, I think. Might just pop a... Yeah, we'll pop a snake. Just not 100% sure on whether we had the passive... whether we had Freezer's passive active. I think we were below that 50% mark. I didn't have a real look at it, but if we were, we'd be losing his damage reduction and it becomes useless to us. So looking at those numbers, that damage reduction wasn't active, so it was a good thing we popped that item in case he or Broly gets supered here. So no dodging. Not a whole lot of damage either, but we are getting that defense lowering off, and hopefully AGL Gohan will be able to come through here and deliver the goodies, really hit this UI hard. And the third super. So hopefully we get that lucky on the next stage where we got that type advantage because the damage difference is going to be huge. There we go, crit. Thank you. So still taking 60k. Ouch. This is difficult because I want to put Cell. You know what, we're going to activate an Android 8. So we're going to put Cell in that first slot to be able to get him those. Just because that all lined up very nicely. So the Android 8 does just give that extra little bit of defense that is needed for him to tank. Look, 7k is still a bit, but it's nothing on what it was last time. So here's the big super that we wanted to hit. Good thing he didn't dodge that, and this could be a finish here if we get a crit. Oh, look at that. That's no health. Thank God Gohan's the one getting supered because he's tanking it for nothing, but had that been on Vegeta or someone, that's the type of thing that sends you mental. But there we go. We've got that finish. And we go into this next round. So we've still got an Android 8 active. I guess we'll just do it like that. We'll save those AGL orbs for Gohan. And there we go. And here's where we're going to keep Broly on rotation because of that type advantage and getting off those multiple super attacks. So this is where he should really come into his own and hopefully show his worth for us. Still no additionals with that Vegeta, which I don't understand how you can go a whole video, a whole LGE without getting an additional super. I don't think I've ever had this happen before. Usually those free-to-play units really, well, they carry their own weight, especially when, if you're doing, say, a Pure Saiyans mission, you pair him up with the Goku and Gohan, they're really good together. And they stack their defense really quickly because you should certainly go with 4 additional for those units, but no, I guess this is just how the RNG is going to treat me today. So we will take we'll take Broly off rotation here. Good to get off the 24 key. The only concern is Broly getting supered in that last slot, so I have popped the Icarus just to make sure that damage is absolutely minimal. But whatever damage we do take here will be healed up from the Dokkan attack, so that's always good. It just gives you a bit of comfort knowing that you're going to be going into the next rotation with full health. So let's see what type of damage we can get here. Just missed out on Cell's 18 key. That would have been nice to follow up this hit with another one. But look, it is what it is. There we go, nice. That's why I went for additional with Gohan. Get off those multiple supers. Damage obviously drops off a lot from the 18 key to the 12 key, but still, we're slowly working through MUI. Always worries me when he does this and he doesn't dodge for a bit, because it makes me feel like there's a lot of dodges upcoming. So spilling another super there from Broly would have been nice, and good thing I activated that Icarus, because Broly could take a lot of damage here. 88k. So without the Icarus active, that definitely would have wiped us pretty low. But we go back to our full health now. A lot of attacks in that first slot, which is awesome. That's what we wanted to see, because anytime you can have one of your more built up defensive units taking the hits, you're going to make the most of that. Especially with an Icarus active, this Vegeta will take no damage. And I guess maybe if we keep our fingers crossed, might even reward us with a additional super, but that could be too greedy. We'll just have to see. Yep, still nothing. Wow. I would almost check the record books to see if this is the first time that this has ever happened, because that's crazy. But there's Broly, awesome damage. 1.7 is huge, and he's lowering that defense on each attack as well, so making it easier for our other units to get that damage on. Bang, big crits. Well, imagine if we had got another super there, would have all but wiped him out this rotation. But here we go, we've got a good little orb set up here for Gohan, as well as Cell, just there. I play on the very much on the safer rather than sorry side. Cell could get hit really hard here, and Frieza will tank, but it's just Cell that worries me, and if he gets hit for a big super, that could be GG's for us. So it's definitely worth just popping your extra 1 or 2 items. People probably see that I use a lot of Icaruses. Constantly keep your eye out on the Bubba store. You can pick up the packs of 5, 10, 15, and you build them up really quickly. I think I have like 400 and something of them, so I just buy them whenever they pop up. And yeah, there we go, guys. That's the finish. We'll Cell. All done and dusted. Full power category done. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, got something from it, picked up some units that might work in your teams, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content. and I hope to catch you all on the next video.